RichTech Robotics has seen a clean double bottom, now looking to rise over the top, looking to finish the structure, pressing to 470, close to $5. Will we see this ultimate reversal continue to scoop into play, or will stock price roll over at this time for lower price action? My name is Dylan from Dylan Trades. We're going to break down and analyze ticker symbol RR RichTech Robotics. Going first to the weekly to get the long-term analysis, then jumping accordingly to the daily and the hourly, so we get a short, medium, and long-term price forecast. Really interesting psychology here within RichTech. I mean, really massive drop off to start after a pretty nice IPO, right? This did, equivalent to a pretty nice cup and handle here, breakout, and RichTech was continued to be such a strong technical breakout. I mean, right when all the technicals line, you've seen a huge rise from 150 all the way to $7. Then you get overextended, flipping green to red, showing bearish signs, and it equates to a big drop, right? And now it's flipped the other way around, clearly representing, zooming in a little bit closer here, right? We're clearly seeing a next big low being set, or when you set the last big one around that July to September, you're still marching up higher here. So despite this big regression, we're absolutely in a situation where RichTech is looking to stair step. It's a good time to jump to the really important analysis, being the daily, where it's just such a beautiful image within the next 5 to 10 days or so. On the daily, we get a different perspective within this descending channel. Really clean structure here. I mean, just perfectly going down. Now showing a breakdown, which makes this setup more interesting, right? RichTech was looking to, base out a couple times to either see a nice upside or downside, right? We've seen 10 days here within a tight little confluence, tight, and then boom, quick upside to $3 to $5 nearly. What do we see over here? We track these on the channel. Another thin range. This one did not work, right? You wanted the upside if you're a buyer, you didn't see it. Broke the floor, $4. Once again, that big resistance, clear runway. Once again with another tight range, but then this is where it got interesting. You broke down and then you started to creep over the top, volume stepping in. This is where we set that $3.20 price target, expecting a fake breakdown to eventually grind up towards $4, and that has played out. And now we've seen some, pretty big respect to that, which does align also with the bottom here of this tight little range. And this was key. This range was key. Is not only is a tight little compression, looking to see that upside, but it did align right at this descending trend line. So as of right now, we've been above this trend line for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. So it's not much on the table for the sellers here, especially showing a fake breakdown. But with that being said, we have seen some struggle, slight struggle here on the daily analysis. The last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, pretty nice within price action, but each day seems to, go down and go up, go down and go up, showing these doji candles with a large body, which does form indecision, but depending on the context, it does flip more bullish or bearish. In this instance, they're more bullish than bearish. So from this daily analysis, doesn't give you a super concrete perspective. We're just seeing this respect to $4. I mean, very clearly, right, a really nice rise up from $3 as we predicted. And we just seen some struggle around there. Throughout the day, you did get some closes over $4, but oops, I got moved a little bit. But when the dust did settle, you didn't quite see that breakout. So from a daily perspective, the next time you're going to see that nice big green bar that holds over to end the day, right? Just as we've seen formerly right here, holding over this last big support within this nice solid hold, that should be, leave a really nice upside. And that's, did rise 20% come the next 4 days. So that's as simple as that. You're just looking for a close over $4, holding to a daily close, not an hourly close, a daily close, as there's been some respect. Then from that instance, should be a nice rise towards 470, as there's zero resistance between these two. When you look in the past, there's some, gaps within price action. There's no resistance between these two. Stock price hasn't has too much history within this duration, and that most definitely leans towards the bulls. And to wrap together this daily, we're also still monitoring this double bottom structure. All right, a nice little W, or what have you, right? Nice rise. Now looking to finish the job here, right? Finishing the job, looking to get towards 470. So there's so many technical indications within the descending channel break, the candle structure, the double bottom, you name it, what have you. Even the weekly here just starting to scoop within price action, leading towards that $4.71 level. So once stock price can close over 470, Man, there's a really nice runway here. If we get a trend line from 4 to 471, which leads 18% within price action. So definitely keep an eye on 471. The data points to $4 and 470 being a big gap in between with minimal resistance. We're now in the hourly analysis where each one of these candles represents 1 hour. Nice higher low trend, setting up a healthy trend here, moving up with some substance. But with that being said, very clearly since $4, there has been a little bit of a struggle. Initially breaking out of this micro pennant bull flag with a nice movement up, little tight pinch here, breaks out and then stops at $4, rolls over. We did think within this update there's enough substance to get past $4 and test 420 and probably end Monday at $4.20. Well, you did see that come to 420, but then you pulled back. Didn't quite get that close, which we anticipated. Now just hovering around this $4 level within this little micro consolidation. So this does lead me to believe that if you do see stock price roll over here too much lower than 376 within a short term and kind of end this little channel we have flowing here, pushing up, decent chance you do come back for a little bit of a retest for 360 360 to 350. Good possibility, but as of right now, most likely situation does appear that short-term upside next few days. I mean, we're inching around $4. When you see stock price compressing around a resistance and holding tight, holding here more than not, 8 times out of 10, typically within the context, you're just chipping, getting ready eventually for a breakout. Right, you're weakening the defense. So, all in all, pretty nice activity here. RichTech's in a good spot. If you guys found any value in today's stock price forecast, drop a like and a sub down below. We'll continue to give you live professional stock price forecasts about 2 times per week. Have a good one, guys. Take care, trade smart. Peace.